takes to achieve anything. What is it? Type in the chat bar. Anything. See, life is full of targets. Whether it's a simple target like just going to the store, or a major target like creating legacy style wealth and lifetime of impact. Who wants legacy wealth? Type in legacy wealth. People tell me they want this, and I sit here and say, do you really want it? Because if you do, you hunger for it. You have a hunger for that. And in other words, there's two components in life, simple components: where you are now and where you want to go. And there's the space between them. Now, if you were on the chaos, who was on the chaos webinar that we did, the chaos one? Type in chaos in the chat bar. I see some hands going. Okay, well, you're going to love this because this is the next step after chaos. See, if you remember chaos, we talked about where you are now and where you want to go. And we talked about that there's lines here. And these are different action items you're going to take. And we said it's not the actions, it's the thinking. But because that was about chaos, this stacks on it. It's not just about the thinking. Ready? It's about the certainty of the thinking. See, all of you can sit here and go, I want to become a decamillionaire, and I want to be it in the next decade. And I go, okay, that's great. And then my next approach would be, well, what chaos is there that you have to remove? What resistance? And then how do you have to think about the resistance? And then there's the certainty to go exactly where you want to go. I call this the decade game. Once you could do it in a decade, then you could go for a half a decade. It took me a decade to do the first one. I call that training. That's training, okay? The second company that I built, I did it in a half a decade. I call that mastery. Mastery. Now, most people, okay, they overestimate what they could do in a month and underestimate what they're going to do in a decade. Like a decade, right? And I'm one of these freaky people. Like, I don't do like 2025. I do like 2030, which means there's like 8 years now. So if you want to be in the decade game, I would just say you got 8 years. Which 8's a very magnifying number, just so you know. If you ever want to look up what 8 stands for, I'll give you, do you want a little secret bonus and you'll test it? Type in bonus in the chat bar. Type in bonus in the chat bar. I'm a believer. I'll show you how much of a believer. Is it? Yeah, I'm a believer. So if you look at my iPad, someone told me the number 8 is a frequency number that brings wealth. And I said, okay, I don't know if it's true or not true. I'll test it. So I went to Home Depot and I got some of the, you put it on a mailbox, Hank, little stickers, number 8. I stuck it on my, you can't see it here, but it's on my laptop. It's on the iPad. And normally if I peel this cover off, there's one on the phone. I got to tell you, I don't know why it worked or how it worked, but the sucker worked because things changed again. Now, is that the only thing that created certainty? No, we're going to go through other stuff. So why don't we call this, by 2030, are you willing to play at a level of certainty to get to the exact life you want by then or sooner? Give me a little action in the chat bar so I know. Tell me if you're in this together with me. I'm not going nowhere, everybody. So I'm going to be here with you going through this journey. Look, I'm going for 500 million this time in another company I have just for fun because I never did it. And that's what you do. You grow by breaking boundaries. Write that down, everybody. You grow by breaking boundaries. When you break a boundary, two things happen. You either set another target or become complacent. Who's become a little complacent in their life? Type in complacent. There's no judgments here. All the time people enter my world and they're complacent. And they say to me, well, Mike, if I get in your world and do more stuff with you, what will happen? Well, I'm pretty sure. And do I have to worry about cursing here? If cursing's going to offend you, let me give you a couple choices here in case, because I'm getting cranked up. One, you could pray for me tonight. That's always cool. Two, you could change the word you hear into another word. Or three, you probably should leave right now because I want to be myself and not a fake for you. Okay. I don't want to be a fake for you. But here's what I know for a fact. For a fact, I know that for all of you, when you're in a